An action-packed day of lacrosse begins here. It's the first game of the Games for Brains LAC Showcase, with Darien Blue Wave coming down from Connecticut to take on the Phantoms of Bayport Blue Point. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Cold Spring Harbor High School. Matt Shortis with you as we get ready for the Games for Brains LAC Showcase, a showcase of some of the best girls lacrosse teams in the tri-state area right here at Cold Spring Harbor High School. And we begin the day with the powerhouse out of Connecticut, the Blue Wave of Darien, and the Bayport Blue Point Phantoms out east on Long Island. Darien, 5 wins on the season. They've continually been the best team in Connecticut year in, year out. They've got 2 losses on the season, but 2 powerhouse teams. The top team in our tri-state, who we'll see in the next game, Ridgewood, and also to Garden City. Bayport, they are coming off a loss to what's been really the thorn in their side over the last couple of years, Mount Sinai, in that girls Class C side of Suffolk County. Darien is a team that is led by their senior leadership, and especially on the defensive side, Annie Wright. She anchors the defense. She's vocal. She's committed to Florida, and she has really tried to take up a leadership role as this season has progressed. And they are going to be tested today because Bayport Blue Point loves to get up and down the field, especially with their midfield and the transition of their midfield, led by Kyla Sapolsky. She's got over 20 points on the season for the Albany commit, a 2-time All-County player and 2-time Newsday Top 100 player as well. So one of these teams will get their 6th win of the season. They'll start us off today from Cold Spring Harbor. It's Bayport and Darien coming up next.
It's the reason we keep watching, because of underdogs, crazy comebacks, and the last-minute heroics. Because we love it all, the face-offs, the hits, the big-time goals. Because winning never, ever gets old. So we keep watching anywhere we can. Never miss a moment. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Welcome back to Cold Spring Harbor High School. Matt Shortis, Josh Strepsky, and Dylan Butler with you as we get ready for the first game of the Games for Brains LAC Showcase. The number 4 team in our tri-state poll, the Darien Blue Wave, against the number 9 team in our tri-state poll, the Bayport Blue Point Phantoms. Darien at 5-2 on the season, coached by Lisa Lindley in her 23rd season as head coach, 15-time Connecticut state champs, including last year. And Ryan Gicken is in his 8th season as head coach of Bayport Blue Point, an East Islip High School graduate, 5-time Suffolk County finalist, including last year, where they lost to Mount Sinai by a goal, 6-5. So the Long Island teams will be in white today. And so Bayport Blue Point is in white, and the home team on the scoreboard. And to the draw control we go. It's controlled by Maddie Waters of Bayport Blue Point. Madison Waters, a freshman, and Ryan Gick and Bayport Blue Point love to get out and run in transition and get into their offense as quickly as they can. Waters, a USC commit, started on defense last year as an 8th grader, moving to the midfield this year. And with 2 seniors in that midfield, up top it comes for Sparaccio. Straight away now, here's Waters again. Good defense by Darien. Cassidy Weeks, a goal and 2 assists last game against Mount Sinai. Nice defense by Lesko to knock that ball down. Feed right in on the crease, unable to be handled by Kelly. And Darien's got the turnover. Ground ball to Lesko. Here's Emma Lesko, a captain who's been rotating between defense and midfield so far this year. So a chance for Bayport Blue Point, and they get it to one of their most productive offensive players so far this season, Ailish Kelly. Just couldn't hold on to the pass. Here Lesko brings the ball up the field. Darien, one of their best offensive performances of the season last game in a 16-6 win over Ridgefield. Our first shot of the game going high. Backing up at X is Kendall Wisniewski. Swinging around for Humphrey and Emma Lesko again. Lesko committed to Dartmouth. And in the middle of the play, Nicole Humphrey is down, tying her shoe very quickly and able to get back up, but the skip pass goes over the head of Lesko and out of bounds. Lisa Lindley annoyed on the Darien sideline. Waters to push upfield for Bayport. Little over 2 minutes gone by in the opening half. Scoreless game so far. Pass nearly picked off. Ball knocked down. Ground ball scoots out towards midfield. Picked up by Weeks of Bayport. Cassidy Weeks gets a screen and settles it back into the offensive area. Outside that 12-meter half circle. Now she dodges to her left. Hit hard. A shot. Deflected away, and Shudell able to knock it away. No call, as there was a lot of contact there, and then a touch foul on Madison Waters. Shudell coming off one of her best games of the season against Ridgefield. Committed to Roanoke. And Lisa Lindley says when she's on, she is really on. Here comes the senior Logan Book. Book backing it up top for Katie Elders, a sophomore first-year starter who's got some great speed. First shot of the game faced by Grazadeh, and she's able to recover it. Maddie Grazadeh, a sophomore, taking over the reins from Joe Rawl, who's now playing at High Point. Longtime starter for Ryan Giggs Club. Zapolsky moving ahead for Kelly. Kelly face dodging back to her right side, and Kelly hit on the back of the head as she tried to split the defense. And it looks like that's going to draw a card on Darien. Sophomore Katie Elder is going off on the penalty. So Bayport Blue Point will have the advantage for 2 minutes.
Yellow clock, 2 minutes. Hey, Michael.
Julia Imbo on the first touch for her. Here's Jen Smith, the junior. Smith, a very good feeder, committed to Belmont Abbey. Back up top for Kelly. Kelly lobs it down to the right side for Imbo. Back up top, it comes for Kelly. Kelly met by a pair of defenders, left side for Waters. Waters swinging around very quickly. An opening for Zapolsky. And I believe we have obstruction of shooting space there. So Zapolsky will go to the 8-meter line. Again, over 20 points on the year for the senior midfielder. And our first free position attempt for either team today. Off the left hash, Zapolsky moving in, shoots high and scores. Bayport Blue Point on the board first, 4.5 minutes in, off the 8-meter free position shot by Kyla Zapolsky. Kyla Zapolsky set up nicely by Ailish Kelly on the feed to draw the call and set up the 8-meter. Zapolsky, two-time All-County lacrosse player, also All-County field hockey, where she plays for Ryan Giggs' wife, the head coach of the Bayport Phantoms field hockey team. Draw controlled by Cassidy Weeks of Bayport Blue Point. Skip pass to the right side, Zapolsky again. Moving inside, face dodging. Imbo has it knocked out of her stick, but recovered by Bayport. Zapolsky. Waters to the left side, and this is Cassidy Weeks. Sparaccio now. Bayport has had a bulk of the possession in the first 5+ minutes of this opening half. Here's Cassidy Weeks. Now Zapolsky again trying to split the defense. Zapolsky face dodging around, and the shot was waved off before it came. So Zapolsky drawing another obstruction and going back to the 8-meter. This time a little bit more centered, charging inside, hits off the side of the post and caroms around. Fight for the ground ball by Darien. Emma Lesko's got it in her stick, and then a quick whistle on, they say, an empty stick check prior to her recovering. So she's got the ball. Darien trying to tie this game up. 6 minutes in, Bayport leading 1-0 off the 8-meter goal from Zapolsky. Here comes Darien in transition quickly into the stick of Wisniewski, and we'll have a whistle on obstruction, so an 8-meter shot for Darien for the first time today as they try and tie it up. Kendall Wazinski, good stick, committed to Richmond for the junior attacker. So Wazinski, a shade to the right of center field. Moving inside, shoots and scores. Nice move by Kendall Wazinski on the face dodge to tie it up at 1. Both goals coming off repositioned shots. So as much as Bayport loves to get up and down, Darien using the transition game to draw the foul and set up what would be the 8-meter shot to tie it up. Back to the draw control X we go. Here comes Darien, a win as Logan Book picked it up. Book moving it ahead for Christine Fiore. Fiore will slide down to X and Survey try and attack from there. Fiore, first-year starter, and Lisa Lindley really likes how she is developing in her junior year. Had 5 goals and an assist in the last game against Ridgefield. Grazadeh was closest to it on the missed shot. Tries to roll it, a little tough pass, and Ames losing it out of bounds and crashing into the netting on the sideline. Got the butt end of her stick caught in there as well, so a turnover by Bayport in their own end. Fiore ducking around. Back up top for Lesko. Right side note for Jakes. Straight away for Elders, who had the penalty a moment ago, helped set up the Bayport goal. Somebody blew a tire, and Miller has it coming up the field. Madigan Miller, younger sister of Kerrigan, now at USC. Here comes Bayport Blue Point. Good passing. Kelly finding to the left side, trying to get that extra pass. Darien recovers very quickly here inside to a cutting Waters, and it missed her stick. Humphrey picks it up off the turf and streaking the other way. Nicole Humphrey over midfield. Humphrey drawing a whistle as Ailish Kelly came down a little hard in that halo area. Humphrey's got her stick checked, nicely done. Good defensive play by Cassidy Weeks. Shovel pass to the near side. And Bayport's got to take care of the ball. They turned it over once in their own area. Nearly did there. Ahead to the freshman Waters, who turns upfield quickly. And fortunately for her, her pass trickles on down to the far side of the field where it's scooped up by Cassidy Weeks on the ground ball. 9 minutes into the first half. We're tied at 1. Goals by Zapolsky for Bayport and Wazinski for Darien, both coming off 8-meter free position attempts. Well, if there's one thing we've seen from Darien defensively, they will pressure you out on the perimeter and try and knock away passes, as they did just there. Katie Elders knocking it away and then collecting the ground ball to herself. They do not sit back and wait for things to happen. Lesko changing hands. Lesko charging into the offensive area right around that 8-meter circle. Emma Lesko, one lady clear. The captain. All-state last year, also a soccer player, and we have a goal for Darien. Anna Stein giving Darien their first lead. And the first goal not coming off an 8-meter. Anna Stein was an all-league performer last year. She's committed to Lafayette as the senior. Coming off 2 goals the other day against Ridgefield. Draw controlled by Bayport. Cassidy Weeks Look at the closing speed of Book. Weeks to the left side. Here's Sparaccio now with it. Sparaccio, a Quinnipiac commit. Ailish Kelly. Here's the junior Jennifer Smith. And Bayport now, having seen Darien a couple times defensively, they got to watch out for that defender seeping out and getting in the passing lane, especially out on the perimeter. Darien leading 2-1. Sparaccio cutting inside, looking for the cutter, dripping in on the crease, and the pass is overthrown, and Shudel's got it in her stick. And Lesko so good on the clears so far in this game. Lesko has it lost on the back check. Christine Fiore. Fiore up top. Emma Jakes knocked away. But Jakes drew the foul and will have an 8-meter. Emma Jakes, great between the 30s, committed to Northwestern. And she'll pull it out. Katie Elders. Anna Stein finding Elders in traffic, and Elders maybe embellished a little bit, but drew a foul. So Jakes will ready for an 8-meter. Darien 1 for 1 on the free position attempts this afternoon. Jakes moving inside, couple shot fakes, and she beats Grazadeh off stick side, and Darien takes a 3-1 advantage. So Emma Jakes getting the free position shot. And after going down on the first goal of the game, Darien has scored the last 3 to take a 3-1 lead. Humphrey has the draw control. Bayport's done a nice job at the center circle this afternoon. Darien done a better job on the defensive end. Shudel's not faced too many shots. They've been able to create turnovers. Here's a look right on the crease. Shot just going high over the crossbar. Off the stick of Megan Piquel. And Darien closest to it. They win the possession. Midway through the first half, Blue Wave leading 3-1. Lobbed ahead. Taken well by Katie Ramsey. Ramsey with some long strides. Committed to USC. Bayport aggressively coming out, playing behind an X defensively. So first 10 minutes really controlled by Bayport in terms of offensive possession. They only get the 1 goal. Darien has come on in the last few since then. Ball knocked down on the crease, scooped up by Bayport Blue Point. Caitlin Ames has it. She'll feed it back to Grazadeh, who will try and clear. Comes the 8th grader, Madigan Miller. And Miller to the sideline in a little bit of trouble. 3 Blue Wave defenders come over to her. She's able to feed back. And eventually they get into the capable hands of Kyla Zapolsky. Here is Zapolsky showing off some speed before she pulls up and around the football 20-yard line. Cassidy Weeks, a goal and 2 assists in the loss to Mount Sinai earlier this week, a 9-4 result. The loss for Bayport this year was to Bridgewater Raritan. A little hesitation for Imbo into some traffic. Tough pass corralled by Piquel. Waters to the right side. Bayport running a little weave at the top of their offense. Mason, back it comes for the senior Imbo. committed to Coastal Carolina. Julia Imbo will shovel it off to Ailish Kelly. Kelly with her eyes up. Now it's Mason, the freshman, trying to survey. Darien really shutting things down defensively. With 10 minutes to go in this first half, a 3-1 Blue Wave advantage for the number 4 team in our tri-state poll. Looking on the crease, getting through. Zapolsky can't handle it. And the ground ball to Abby Hancock. Bayport's had a couple of instances today where they've found the girl on the crease they want, but they've not been able to handle the entry pass inside. And Darien quick to the ball in traffic, getting those key ground balls. Whistle. Darien will have it on the restart with the senior Abby Hancock, a 3-year varsity member, 2-year starter, committed to Washington and Lee. Here's Stein, who had a goal this afternoon. Now Ramsey on the left side. Whistle as Emma Jakes got it. And Jakes, who scored off the free position a moment ago, goes right back to that spot. Looking for her second goal today. Jakes moving inside and a quick whistle. Did she restart too quickly before she was allowed? Yes, she did. That'll turn it over. So a huge break for Bayport Blue Point. Here comes Zapolsky, Bayport Blue Point, the Phantoms moving ahead. Cassidy Weeks with it now. Cassidy Weeks, also soccer and basketball player. All-county performer last year. The sophomore Piquel. Well, Bayport having a lot of possession, not getting a ton of shots in the last few minutes. 8 minutes to go in the first half, 3-1. Darien leading. This is Imbo around. Imbo looking on the crease, pass knocked down. She recovers though. He was looking for Cassidy Weeks in front. As Imbo surveying, waiting for somebody to shake free on the crease. Weeks was tripped up right on the crease. Weeks along with Hancock. This pass knocked away and out of bounds. And Bayport, as patient as they've been, perhaps a little too patient, and getting rid of the ball. Big collision in front. And it's going to be a charge on Emilesco of Darien, so Bayport will get it back. A timeout by Bayport Blue Point. And a day full of lacrosse here at Cold Spring Harbor in the 27 Gains for Brains LAC Showcase. The next game we'll have for you coming up at noon, Ridgewood, the top team in our tri-state poll, against Wantagh. And also on the lower field here throughout the day, we'll have Garden City against Morristown, Middle Country versus Bridgewater Raritan, and the nightcap, Cold Spring Harbor, the host school, against Summit at 6 p.m. All coming up for you on News 12 Varsity. That Cold Spring Harbor Summit game has traditionally been the nightcap, now in this third year of the Gains for Brains LAC Showcase to benefit the Making Headway Foundation. And of course, our own Andrew Rappaport. Raff has been instrumental in the creation of this event and the following years and the success that it's been the last couple of years. And Cold Spring Harbor, always a gracious host through the 3 years of this event, donating time, donating the fields and the space, both the lower main field and the upper field as well, where there's lacrosse all day long. featuring the best teams in the tri-state area. 7:01 to go in the first half. And Bayport following the charge of Darien. They have it back, trailing by 2. They scored the first goal of the game 4.5 minutes in by Kyla Zapolsky, and they have not scored since. Here it is off a curl, and Shudell got a stick on it, denying Cassidy Weeks. Ground ball comes out near midfield, scooped up by Allegro. And Bayport will have it again. Alexandra Allegro, Ryan Gick says, I think she's one of the most underrated players we've ever had. And she stands out a little bit more defensively now as she's become a shutdown defender. Here's Weeks coming to the right side. Look right on the crease, trying to quick stick. Kelly unable to handle it. The ground ball right in front. Shudell out to gobble it up. Well, Shudell's been quick with her decision-making today, especially with as many bodies have been right in front of her. Bayport trying to draw it again. And this time, the foul will go against the Phantoms. Tried to get Emma Jakes caught up in that charging position. There's Jakes. Again, drawing a whistle. Here's Katie Ramsey. He's become a better defensive player this year. Lesko flashing to the net. A little weave around, Ramsey with it. Cutting back to the right side. Here's Wazinski. Switch fields all the way to the left side. Fiore looking down low. Jakes, the bounce shot on the goal. Emma Jakes, her second goal today. Darien now leading 4-1. So Emma Jakes has scored back-to-back goals for Darien and gives the Blue Wave a 4-1 advantage. Cassidy Weeks controlling for Bayport. Sparaccio, a lot of contact. Those arms got extended by the Darien defender. It was Katie Ramsey who had her hands separated on the stick, and that will set up an 8-meter for Brooke Sparaccio. Zapolsky scored from this spot on the field for Bayport's only goal today. Shudell readying herself. Sparaccio going low and sneaks it in under the crossbar. A high bounce off the turf, and Brooke Sparaccio has her 11th goal of the season, and more importantly, cuts it to a 2-goal deficit for Bayport Blue Point. Brooke Sparaccio, the junior, is committed to Quinnipiac. Third-year varsity member, second-year starter. Another draw controlled by Bayport. It's Cassidy Weeks coming up. Weeks hit to the head on the right side by Logan Book. Does not seem like there's a forthcoming card, though. So just a restart for Bayport. 3:45 to go in the first half. 4-2, Darien leading Bayport Blue Point. In a matchup of top 10 teams in our News 12 Varsity Tri-State poll. As Waters trying to face dodge, rolls around. Back to Sparaccio through her stick. Sparaccio, a little trouble on the ground ball. Once, twice. And gets it on the third time. A whistle against Darien. Some of the Darien fans a little upset because it was Katie Elders who went to the ground, but I think she just went into the back of Sparaccio and then lost her footing. Mason out of bounds, a pass. So again, Bayport a little lackadaisical with their passing, and they've had some careless turnovers today. Ryan Gick pacing the Bayport sideline, burying his face in his hands. As Logan Book whistle around on the loose ball. Bayport will have it. Inside, 2 minutes to go in the first half of play. 4-2 Darien leading. Bayport trying to push up quickly, knocked down by Hancock, and she recovers the ground ball as well. Wyszynski playing it to herself. Ball to the turf again. Boy, both teams up and down the field having a little trouble. A whistle as Fiore knocked around. Christine Fiore committed to Navy. Inside, Graziday came out to play that one. And we'll have a whistle with 1:13 to go in the first half. Darien will have it on the restart. The sophomore Katie Elders. And moving the ball around, goal line extended, looking right on the crease. Good reception and put home. Third goal for Emma Jakes today. She's got the hat trick, and Darien extending the lead back to 3. Emma Jakes, fantastic cut without the ball, also able to catch it in traffic. Almost a backhanded shovel type shot for her third goal of the half. So 1 minute left, and Darien getting the draw control. Katie Ramsey's got it. Ramsey lost it on a back check, but the ball squibs forward towards Wyszynski, and she's got it on the ground ball. Darien with possession, 41 seconds remaining in the first half of play, and a 5-2 advantage. The Blue Wave buzzing offensively now. Quick passes. Girls cutting without the ball. Here's Jakes again, who's been on fire. Jakes, beautiful feet on the crease, stonewalled by Graziday. Christine Fiore the shot, and Graziday went up to grab it. Bayport with 11 seconds left, leading it ahead. Here's Ailish Kelly. Kelly trying to push. Tough pass. As she was looking for the other freshman, Mason, and the ball goes out of bounds with 2.8 showing on the scoreboard here at Cold Spring Harbor. Logan Book will just send it in, and that is the end of the first half. Emma Jakes, a magnificent first half of play for Darien. She's got the hat trick, and that's the difference so far, as Darien leading Bayport Blue Point 5-2 at halftime.
You watch. because it's your home, your school, your team. Because it's your brother, sister, daughter, and son. Because you love the "can you believe it, did you see that?" and the "oh my goodness, what a win" moments. So yeah, you watch. Never miss a moment. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
Back for the second half in the first game of the day from our Games from Rains Lac Showcase at Cold Spring Harbor. Darien leading Bayport Blue Point 5-2. 3 goals from Emma Jakes in that first half for Darien. Matt Shortis, Josh Drebsky, and Dylan Butler with you as we start the second half of play. Darien defensively, they were so stout in that first half, kind of sitting back and picking their spots. They control the first draw. Here's Katie Ramsey. Left side, it comes for Anna Stein. And coming off 2 goals against Ridgefield, she has a goal today. Lesko lost it on the transfer, able to recover though. Here's Katie Elder's pass knocked down by Waters of Bayport. Quick pass ahead. Here's Sapolsky finding Ailish Kelly. This is when Bayport is at their most dangerous. But Darien again shutting it down so quickly as Bayport a fast break and they're unable to capitalize. Here's Emma Lesko quickly the other way for Darien. And Lesko not in any hurry to head towards goal. I think they're calling a defensive 3-second against Bayport Blue Point. So Katie Ramsey will have an 8-meter. Nope, they changed their mind. So it'll just be a restart from X with Emma Lesko having the ball in her stick. A double team coming out towards Lesko. Trying to create the turnover with the sideline. Lesko able to dip underneath it. A whistle and we'll have shooting space. Darien will get the 8-meter and it will be Katie Ramsey. Basically from the same spot she was ready to line up from a moment ago. Ramsey lowers the head, shoots high, saved by Graziday. All pinballs around, scooped up by Caitlin Ames of Bayport. Ames lobbing it forward for Cassidy Weeks. Here's Weeks across for Imbo. Imbo will move it back up top. Sapolsky, who has one of the 2 goals for Bayport today. Imbo again trying to move around to curl. Lefty shot going wide. Jen Smith there to back up for Bayport. But if you're the Phantoms, that's what you're looking for. Just get some rubber towards cage. It's been quite a while. Here's Sparaccio. Imbo with the little hesitation move, double team sliding over to her quickly. Pass in on the crease, knocked down again. Darien almost baiting Bayport into doing that, knowing it would come and then knocking the pass down. Loose ball push though against Darien. So Bayport will have it. Sapolsky. Here's Sparaccio on the run. Cassidy Weeks with it. Weeks around a defender, thought about it, and Weeks hit on the head. That will be a card. So that is going against Emma Jakes of Darien. So 2-minute penalty to Darien. And an 8-meter attempt for Cassidy Weeks. Weeks loads up, stick in the left hand as they await the official to put in the penalty on the marker. So again, Weeks readying herself to the right side of the hash mark. Weeks ends up not taking a shot attempt. Right side collected. Looking again on the crease, and Darien again making sure nothing was available. Anything on the crease this afternoon that Bayport has looked for, Darien has been ready for, and they have allowed maybe 2 passes to get through, and those 2 passes have resulted in drops and then turnovers. So Bayport still with the advantage for another minute. Darien can work some of that time. Here's Anna Stein. Bayport now putting on some pressure across the crease. Shoveled inside by Lesko. Emma Lesko, a little backhanded shovel shot. A short-handed goal for Darien. So Darien has their largest lead of the game. It's 6-2, and still 23 seconds remaining on the Bayport advantage. And the penalty to Emma Jakes. Draw controlled by Darien, and the quick whistle immediately after. Now you see what an advantage Katie Ramsey's height is on the draws. I mean, height, you always want one of your taller girls out there, but she's also got a great nose for the ground ball as well. Penalties released, so we're back to even strength. Lesko and the game's last goal, Jakes. Feeding it behind. A 3-second. Violation going against Bayport. So here's Jakes. Ball scooped up by Ramsey. Lesko trying to dodge inside, denied entry. Pass nearly picked off, right into the hands and stick of Stein. That's the thing you have to watch out for if you're Bayport. Grazade getting a little bit more aggressive because she knows that Bayport needs some possessions, down a few goals. Looking across, ball to the ground, scooped up by Bayport. Piquel's got it. There's Piquel to the right side. Here's Julia Imbo. Chased away. Imbo skip pass to the left side. Collected by freshman Mason. Coming around, no entry from goal line extended. Boy, Darien is so quick to slide. Cutting inside, looking for the crease girl. Imbo going down for Bayport, but it'll be Darien possession. Sophomore Elders coming quickly. We've played nearly 10 minutes in the second half. Only one goal so far scored by Lesko to give Darien the 6-2 advantage, a 4-goal lead. There's Emma Lesko again, had that last goal. The ball trickles through. Razade's got it. Now a battle for it on the baseline, or on the end line. And it will be Bayport ball. Razade rolling it to Ames. Our Bayport's got to find something offensively. This long drought. They scored last the 4:18 mark of the first half. And the pass knocked down. We'll have an empty stick check on Darien. Here's freshman Maggie Clark. Clark trying to face dodge. Behind the decks for Mason. Coming in from goal line extended, that will draw a penalty. And Angelina Sparaccio. Will settle from the 8-meter from the left side. Sparaccio back up top for Piquel. Freshman Sparaccio back up top for another freshman Mason. Also on the soccer team. This will be Piquel, lost it on the transfer. Into a gaggle of Blue Wave defenders and an easy ground ball for Darien. And Telesco, midway point of the second half. Darien leading 6-2. And Lesko Caught a stick from Imbo in the hand. Not the day you want to do that. It's chilly out today. Darien coming near side for Wazinski. Looking right on the crease. Quick stick. That looked like it got under the crossbar, but bounced back out. I thought that hit the netting. You saw it move around, but they say it just hit the crossbar and came out. All right, Christine Fiore might have had a goal there, but just transpired a little too quickly. Anna Stein back up top for Lesko. Lesko looking on the crease again. Some nice movement and the finish for Emma Jakes. Goal number 4 today for Emma Jakes, and Darien now a commanding 7-2 lead. So Jakes her 4th goal and some nice stick work inside on the face dodge for Jakes. And the nice finish. The two Emmas connect, Lesko and Jakes. Bayport will have it. There have been times today where Bayport has looked really good in terms of their possession, their ground ball, but they've just not been able to finish at the cage. There's the freshman Sparaccio. Didn't see much time in the first half, seeing a lot of time in the second. There's the 8th grader Madigan Miller. She's been primarily a defensive player in this game and in this season, trying to get a little bit more of an offensive spark. As Ryan Gick trying to find a combination that'll work. Cassidy Weeks from the midfield. 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. 7-2, the advantage for Darien. Looking right on the crease and a goal. Ailish Kelly, the finish inside. Beautiful feed for Jackie Mason. Timeout taken after the goal, 9:53 to go. Darien with the timeout. And the Gains for Rains Lac Showcase today, raising money for the Headway Foundation. And Darien, in addition to the t-shirts sold, each member of the Darien team donating $50 of their own money. Whether that money was raised via babysitting or lacrosse clinics and lessons or tutoring, whatever that may be. All the girls are going to present a check at the end of this game. So great job by Darien stepping up the donation efforts. And you could donate for the Gains for Brains using the Venmo app at Gains for Brains. It'll be available all afternoon long. And this is our first matchup in the Gains for Brains Lac Showcase coming up at noon. It's the top team in our tri-state poll, Ridgewood, against a new-look Wantagh team. They have a new head coach, a lot of new faces and new roles. They graduated quite a bit. Garden City at against Morristown at 2 p.m. Middle Country, Bridgewater, Raritan from Jersey at 4, and then the nightcap at 6 o'clock. The host school, Cold Spring Harbor, will take on Summit, and that has been, for the third straight year, will be the closing game of the Games for Brains Lack Showcase. Hey, the sun's trying to poke through. Help us out a little bit. We like that. Through the first 2 years, we've had some gorgeous days. And it'd be nice if the weather would cooperate as well. Obviously, the more people are here, the more money that gets raised for a great cause. Big draw control following the Bayport goal. And it's Darien controlling. Logan Book's got it. A 4-goal lead for Darien, 7-3 with 9.5 minutes remaining in the game. Darien extending out their offense a little bit more than we've seen. And they start to go into their stall this early on, 9:04 to go. Well, of course, in the college game, they added the shot clock. Here is Lesko. Lisa Lindley shouting from the sideline. Well, a card against Bayport Blue Point. Allegro going off. As Lesko lost the ball. Empty stick check on Darien. Bayport will have it. Earlier in the half, it was Darien who scored a short-handed goal. Bayport trying to weather out the remainder of the penalty. Perhaps do more than that. Madison Waters with some trouble. Bringing the ball up, trying to just rake it on forward. And the number is there for Darien. 4 blue jerseys coming away from that scrum. And it's Anna Stein winning the ground ball. A shot right in front, and why not? Emma Jakes does it again. 5 goals today for Emma Jakes. And the lead back to 5 for Darien.
Goal by number 8, Emma Jakes, her 5th of the game, assisted by number 16, Anna Stein. Possession, Bayport.
Pass picked off by Jakes. Whistle on Bayport as Liz Angle was trying to draw a foul. And there's still time remaining on that Bayport penalty. Here comes Darien again. Anna Stein right in front, shot fake, goal. Christine Fiore. And Darien cruising right now, a 9-3 lead.
Darien goal by number 18, Christine Fiore. Assisted by number 16, Anna Stein.
A costly penalty for Bayport. 2 goals for Darien on the man advantage over the course of that 2 minutes. Not only that, but 2 extra minutes work off the clock. And Darien, whose only losses this year are to Ridgewood, the number 1 team in our tri-state poll by a goal, and coming down here to Garden City as well. So 2 marquee names on the schedule that the losses are to, and this will be a good win for them as well, should they hold on with 5:50 to go. As Bayport, the number 9 team in our tri-state poll, coming into this one. In on the crease, a shot, and what a save by Shudell, going across her body to make the stop shoulder high.
Saved by number 32, Marley Shudell.
A whistle as Emilesco owes hard to the turf. Well, says Nicole Humphrey went down. Humphrey scoring 2 goals in the win against Ridgefield earlier this week. First year in the Darien program after transferring from Green Farms Academy. Her and her younger sister Ashley. And a goal in front again for Darien.
By number 18,
Christine Fiore
assisted by number 6.
and Anna Stein hooking up for the 2nd straight Darien goal. Stein getting assists on the last 3 Darien scores. And a very efficient and complete performance for Darien this morning. Five in the first half, 5 in the second half.
Possession, Darien.
Katie Elders, the ground ball. A look in front again, this time for Fiore, who goes down hard as she was dodging towards cage. And that's going to be a card against Bayport. Megan Piquel. Straight away for Fiore. And she elects not to make a move towards cage. in front as Grazadeh was out trying to make a play on that. Grazadeh got hit hard.
Nice defensive play by Madison Grazadeh.
And Grazadeh is down, has not gotten up yet. Ryan Gick coming out, but Grazadeh back to her feet. Coming over, Shudell knocking that away from Maggie Clark. Clark getting it back. Clark rolling towards cage and scores.
Goal by number 12, Maggie Clark.
Shorthanded goal for Bayport. Looks like Fiore's coming off because she might be bleeding a little bit by her knee. So you're going to have to patch that up quick. Nicole Humphrey on for the draw, along with Piquel. Probably make that Madigan Miller on for the draw for Bayport.
Possession, Bayport.
Freshman Maggie Clark has it in her stick at the moment. And Bayport's got a lot of work to do. 2.5 to go. Down by 6. Kayla Ahern coming in for the first time. Ground ball to Darien. It's Emma Lesko who had it. Lesko had one of the prettiest goals today on the backhanded shovel shot. Under 2 minutes to play in this one. 10-4 Darien leading. Emma Jakes had the big day. 5 goals for Darien. Right in front, the open net goal for Katie Elders. And Stein racking up the assist in the second half. 4 assists for Darien in the second half for Stein. And the sophomore Katie Elders scores with 1.5 minutes to go. Draw controlled by Darien. Here they come again. It's Elders. Grazadeh staying in cage this time. Feeding across. And a lot of contact. Delayed whistle, but it looks like we'll get a penalty on Bayport. And that Emma Jakes will go to the 8 meter. Red card on the second yellow issued to Megan Piquel. So Emma Jakes already with 5 goals today. Goes to the 8 meter. We'll see if she shoots or wants to just pull it out, and she elects to back out. try and work off the final 65 seconds of this game. Graziday out again. Instead, they do get it to Jakes in front, and she does score her 6th goal. Emma Jakes had scored 6 of the 12 today.
Number 8, Emma Jakes, her 6th goal of the game, and assisted by number 16, Anna Stein, her 5th assist. Sophie's shaking. She's like, I didn't know who was assisted by. When in doubt, go with Anna Stein.
Well, Stein's been able to operate from the near side of the field behind goal line extended, and she's been camping out and finding spots, finding girls on the open area of the crease, and especially with Graziday out of net.
Nice defensive play by number 49, Gabby White.
Over midfield for Zanzaviro. 30 seconds left in regulation, so Darien coming down to Long Island out of Cold Spring Harbor, getting themselves their 6th win of the year in impressive fashion over another top 10 team in our tri-state. 12-4 will be the final score today as Emma Jakes dominated on the offensive end, had 6 goals. Anna Stein, 5 assists to add to that, and Darien will knock off Bayport Blue Point today in the first game of the Gains for Brains Lac Showcase. So 12-4 your final score. We'll wrap it up in a moment here on News 12 Varsity.
It's the reason we keep watching, because of underdogs, crazy comebacks, and the last-minute heroics. Because we love it all, the face-offs, the hits, the big-time goals. Because winning never, ever gets old. So, we keep watching anywhere we can. Never miss a moment. Download the News 12 Varsity app today.
12-4, Darien defeats Bayport Blue Point. Emma Jakes with 6 goals today. Emma, it seemed like, I guess first let's start on the defensive side of the ball. You guys seem to come out with a tenacity where you knocked down passes and you were creating a lot of turnovers. How much was that talked about and part of the game plan coming into today?
I mean, like, we focus so much on defense in practice, and we always do so many drills with sliding and interceptions and just, like, transitioning the ball down. So I feel like when we walked on the field today, we were so prepared to, like, for the offense that they were going to run. So I think that was just, like, the effort that we put in before the game that, like, made that count.
And for you on the crease, what was working well, especially towards the end of the game, getting open on the crease and Stein being able to find you?
I think that was just, like, playing with her for so long and kind of just knowing, like, where to be at the right time. And we've run that play so many times in practice. And also, like, you could just, like, see the opening, and they came out in, like, a full, and we were just ready for it, so.
Presenting the check to Rappaport at the end of the game. This is your second year playing in this tournament. What did you guys talk about trying to raise extra money, and what was the process raising extra money for each of you individually?
Well, a while before the season, our captains, Emma Lesko and Laura Murphy, they, like, sent us all, like, a message, and they were like, we want you guys to raise money so that we can donate because, like, we just think it's a really good cause. So we all kind of went out separately and, like, worked, like, babysat, like, just did things to earn money, and so that we could raise that and give it to the fundraiser because we think it's a really good cause, and it was just great to be a part of it.
So how did you raise the money?
I babysat.
Congratulations, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Emma Jakes, 6 goals today as Darien winning the first game of the Gains for Brains Lac Showcase here in 2017, 12-4 over Bayport Blue Point. That'll do it for everybody involved in our broadcast today, and you can watch every game from the Gains for Brains Lac Showcase on News 12 Varsity.